Okay, hi, I'm back. I have a second conceptual question. This one is going to take you through how you adjust chief complaint to chief concern. And this is a situation where a person comes in and they don't have something really that is already wrong, but you do need to give a little bit of education around the topic. So this concept question is a 16-year-old female comes into the clinic with her mother for contraception. They would like to use the vaginal contraceptive ring, and they're concerned about the ring causing abortions. Would you recommend, oops, I forgot an N there, this method for her? Oops, there we go. And then give rationale. And I know you saw a lot of these give rationale on the last quiz, on the last exam actually. And it definitely impacts the points. I know some people got the answer right, but they didn't actually give a rationale. So I wanted to give you that example. So with this question, we're going to use our normal method where we start with chief complaint, then we do population, then we go through is there an algorithm, and then we talk about the differential diagnoses. In this case, instead of chief complaint, we're going to adjust it to mean chief concern because there is no actual complaint. So as far as we know, she's coming in and she's healthy because nothing is reported. So the chief concern, as I see it in this question, is that they want the contraception, but the chief concern is actually concern about the ring causing abortions, right? Because that's really what's determining whether or not they're going to go along with your recommendation. So you're going to need to directly address that. And then the question itself asks you to kind of expand as part of that answer why you think this is a good idea or you think this is a bad idea. So this is a concept question because there is a good answer that is positive and there is a reasonable answer that's negative. For the most part, you would recommend this contraceptive method, but let's say that you randomly have some other reason why you really think it's a bad idea. This answer could be yes or no, depending on how you justify it, which is why the conceptual question is a little bit more complicated. So let's actually go through this. So the first thing that we want to say is we want to talk specifically about whether or not the ring causes abortions. And we know that it doesn't, right? We're not looking at contraceptive methods that are abortifacients, and it's not an abortifacient. So you would think a little bit about the mechanism of action. And the ring basically interrupts the actual follicular development, right? So it's going to interrupt the ovulation. And so if you're not having ovulation, then you would never have a situation where potentially a sperm and egg are joined. So by definition, you're not going to be having abortions with this. So if you're able to explain to this person how fertility occurs, where the actual conception, the meeting of the sperm and the egg occur, then it'll be really easy for you to kind of disprove this concern. So you would definitely want to have a piece of that in your answer. As far as the rest of it, we really do want to now, since we've dealt with the chief concern, go right back to the population. And the population is that this is a 16-year-old female. So now we need to think about, would we recommend this method for her? For her, not is this a great method, but what is it about this method that is specific to a 16-year-old female? And this is actually a great method. My favorite page actually in this section of the book, I'm looking at the Contraceptive Technology book right now. And if you go to page 291, there is this fantastic image in here that says vaginal contraceptive ring insertion. There is no wrong way to insert. If it lies comfortably in the vagina, it's correct. So that is a great answer as to why it would be helpful for a 16-year-old because it's, I don't want to say foolproof, but that's really what it is as far as the insertion goes. Another thing that's great about it is that you don't have to rely on doing something consistently at the same time every single day, which you would have to if you were talking about birth control pills. So that's another argument in favor of using it in this population. You can also use it when you're menstruating and you're using tampons. So that's another argument that you can make, that it really is very minimally disruptive to their life. So we hit now on the two important points of this question. the chief concern, and the population. So now all we need to do is give our answer and make sure that we give the rationale. And so as you were kind of conceptually thinking through this question, you've already given the rationale because that's how your thought process is moving. So your answers would be something like, I would definitely recommend this method for her because due to her age, it relies less on how reliable she is about her timing and how consistent she is about her timing. There's minimal discomfort. It's easy to insert. And then you would talk a little bit about the mechanism of action and say, I would reassure her and her mother, if you feel like saying that, that this ring actually prevents the egg development and therefore does not cause abortions. So as long as you hit on those two pieces, you can even switch them. You can say, yes, I would recommend it. I would ensure her that the ring does not cause abortion for these reasons, but I would recommend it for these other reasons, which I think are really great for a 16-year-old. So however you want to approach it, it's fine. What you could say is that I don't want to recommend this, and that might be correct too. And then you would need to give a rationale about why you think that's not a great idea. So if the mother tells you that, and we're building something into this, right, that isn't there, the rings actually cause excessive moisture. So if there's something in the question here about the mother says that she's concerned already about heavy vaginal mucus, or that she doesn't like the level of mucus that she has now, then that would be a reason maybe that you wouldn't want to recommend it, right? But as long as you build your case in these questions and they're really logical and we're able to follow them, then it's a slam dunk and you basically hit the question perfectly. So, okay, I'll be back in a little bit with another example.